Welcome to Vault-19. The night was silent. The sky above Pakistan held no stars, only the faint hum of engines moving through darkness. Far below, in a quiet compound surrounded by high walls, the world's most wanted man slept, unaware that history was closing in on him. For 10 years, America had been hunting him, a decade of satellite scans, false leads, and shattered intelligence. The man behind the darkest day in modern history, the one whose name echoed through grief, fear, and vengeance. Osama bin Laden. The operation had no name the public knew. Inside the White House Situation Room, only a handful of people were aware that within hours, a decision would either end the world's longest manhunt or start another war. At 11:35 p.m., President Barack Obama gave the order. Proceed somewhere in Jalalabad, Afghanistan. 2 stealth helicopters lifted off the ground. They were painted black, radar-resistant, almost invisible to detection. On board, the U.S. Navy SEALs from Team 6 sat in silence. Their mission? Enter Abbottabad, Pakistan, identify the target, confirm, eliminate, extract. They didn't expect to come back alive. As the rotors cut through the wind, every man knew this was the end of something, the end of a decade of terror, fear, and revenge. The world slept peacefully that night. Only 24 men were awake, flying into history. 40 minutes later, they arrived above the compound. But then, disaster. One of the helicopters lost lift, spinning violently. It crashed inside the walls, tail broken, flames sparking. For a second, everyone thought the mission was over. But Commander McRaven's voice came through the radio. Proceed. Mission continues. The SEALs regrouped instantly, breaching the first door with explosives. Inside, panic erupted. Shadows moved, voices shouted in Arabic. Within seconds, gunfire echoed through the narrow stairwells. 2 couriers were down. Women screamed, children hid in corners. They climbed floor by floor until they reached the 3rd level, a closed room, a man inside. The target. Osama bin Laden? One SEAL whispered. The man stepped out, a weapon in his hand. 2 shots fired, quick, silent. The man fell. Time froze. After 10 years of searching, it was over in less than 3 seconds. The SEALs confirmed the face, tall, grey-bearded, unmistakable. Bin Laden was dead. As they secured the body, one whispered, "For 9/11." Outside, the crashed helicopter burned silently, but the extraction had to continue. They placed demolition charges, blew up the wreck to protect classified technology, and loaded into the backup chopper. 38 minutes after landing, they were gone. The world had no idea. But in Washington, the Situation Room watched every second through drone feeds. When the confirmation came, Obama turned to his team and simply said, "We got him." At 11:35 p.m., the president addressed the world. Justice has been done. Crowds flooded the streets outside the White House, chanting, crying, celebrating. But inside the military community there was silence. Because those who went in would never reveal their names. The man who planned the operation, Admiral William McRaven, called it the cleanest mission in modern history. For years, bin Laden had lived hidden in plain sight, a short distance from Pakistan's military academy. The world questioned how he remained invisible. Some believed he was protected. Others thought he was forgotten, but in the end, time ran out. The final strike wasn't just about vengeance, it was about fear. Fear that evil could disappear and grow again. America didn't want another ghost of war. They wanted an ending. When the SEALs landed back in Jalalabad, no words were spoken, only quiet nods. A flag folded, a silent victory. The world would celebrate. But those men, they would carry the weight of what they saw for the rest of their lives. Years later, one of them said in an interview, "We didn't cheer, we didn't cry, we just knew. It was over." But was it? The war on terror continued. New names replaced the old. And the shadow of bin Laden still lingers over global politics. Proof that evil never truly dies, it just changes faces. Pause, low ambient music fades in. 10 years. Thousands of lives. And one night that changed everything. If stories like this remind you of the cost of justice, of the men who walk into the dark so the world can sleep, then done it, let their silence be forgotten. Subscribe to Vault-19, because here we remember the missions that history hides, the moments that shaped our world, and the people who vanished after making it safer. This was America's final strike, the fall of the world's most wanted.